Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene, the fishing machine here. Beautiful morning. A blessing, no doubt, to be out here. Today we're going to have some fun. I simply love what we're fixing to do today. We're going to do some bluegill and shellcracker fishing, and I'm going to show y'all something. Right there, off of this point. Now, this has been years and years ago. Used to be a prime spot for a bluegill bed. And I have caught shellcracker there too. But we're going to get in here, catch a few to eat, and look for some beds. I'm going to show you what I look for when it comes to fishing for bluegill, shellcracker, when they're on bed. Now let me say this time of the year, we've had a couple full moons. May is really my favorite month to start fishing for bluegill and shellcracker. Sometimes a little bit before. But right now the surface temperature is at 70 degrees on top. And we had a full moon yesterday, which means there's no doubt some fish on bed. Right there, I already see some activity right there. That could be bluegill and shellcracker already. I see hitting the top of the water. I don't know, but I'm going to show you with what I'm going to be fishing with. Tell you what, I see a bunch of them out there. I see a lot of little ones too. You're always going to have a lot of small ones hanging around these beds. They're cannibalistic. It's sad to say, but they're actually here to eat the eggs. But I see some pretty good fish right there. I don't want to anchor too close. I think right here is probably going to be the spot. Let's just ease this anchor out. Now this water is not over, oh my goodness, 16 inches at the most. It's really shallow. Maybe y'all can see them. There's all different sizes out there. I thought I seen some pretty good ones. If they're as big as my hand, we're definitely gonna put them in this bucket right here with ice. That's my favorite fish to eat, is a bluegill or shellcracker, folks. Okay, let's get this dude out. What I'm going to do is fish with a chartreuse bait right here. It's called, and I'll show y'all what it is. I'm so excited I can't talk. I've been catching a ton of fish on these pintails made by Nico Bait Company. These baits right here, I've been catching bluegill, shellcracker, crappie, you name it. This bait right here is a very natural looking presentation when it's in the water. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish it on the bottom. I'm going to let it hit the bottom. Y'all see that glide down? Look at it. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks just like, water ain't real clear, but it looks just like a worm crawling on the bottom. That's exactly what it looks like. This is a 6.5 foot ducket crappie slayer. It says power light, but it's actually an ultralight. The tip is real flimsy. Look here. It's a little lighter than the light action rod or the most that I have. Cast this 1/100th of an ounce jig head with like a dream. It really does with this 2-pound test line. Now I have a 2000 size Daiwa reel. This is 2-pound test mono on here. This is high vis vicious, 1/100th of an ounce jig head. light as a feather. I mean, 1/100th. Can you imagine? And that's a size 10 sickle hook. Now that's tied with a Palomar knot. I want to get all the strength I can out of that line. But let's see what we got right here. There's one. Now he knocked the fire out of it. He hit it the time it hit. He had it. This might be keeper number 1. Wow. Isn't it amazing how hard these little fish can fight? They're one of my favorite to eat, and they rank high up there as far as catching them. Now that one might be big enough. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say he is. Let's let him go, folks. He's a pretty fish. I want him to be just a little bit bigger than that one too. But I'm gonna tell you, this little bait right here is made to order for panfish in general. The thing about it is, it's rubber. I call it rubber, but there's a scientific, there's a name for it, and it's too big for me. But you can catch and catch and catch and catch. Oh my goodness. You can't hardly wear this bait out. I cut the collars off. Of course, these came without the collars. But I'll wrap some dental floss around the shank. I've shown it before. Push the bait up there, get it straight, pull it back, and put a little bit of super glue or Loctite on it. Push it back up. All you got to do is fish. That's it. Just fish. Have your fun. There's one. Yeah, this is right here, I'm going to show y'all, this is the average size of these fish on this particular bed. And that's a little shellcracker, little red ear. But that's about the average size. We're fixing to move. We're fixing to find a bed that's got some fish. The first thing that I do is I look for activity on the surface. A lot of times that'll indicate where they're at and where they're not. Another thing is, when I'm up here this shallow looking for bluegill and shellcracker beds, I'm actually looking, and Polaroid glasses is a must when it comes to finding these beds. I mean, these fish will show up perfectly with these glasses. You can see them. But we got a little surface activity out there in front of us about 30 yards, and that could be another bed, but we're going to find out. But I'm just going to ease that way. We'll just ease that way and make sure that we don't, there could be a bed between here and there, and that may not even be a bed, but it looks like it could be. It sure is a lot of activity over there. There's got to be some in there pretty good size now, but I'm just letting it fall. This water is a little bit deeper than what we was fishing a while ago, and I can work it on the bottom right here. Just little bitty. I see it's on the bottom now. I'm just picking it up a couple inches, letting it go back. That's deadly. Oh my, that was a pretty good fish. I seen him. I just plumb missed him. He's big enough to eat. Let's see if he'll bite it again. There he is. Now that's the size we're looking for right here. This is it right here. If I can catch them that big and bigger, I'll be happy. Of course, I'm happy anyway. Like I said, this is a blessing to be out here. Yeah, that's more like it right there. That's a eating size bluegill. Quit. So we're gonna put him on the bucket. In the bucket, I mean. Well, quit. You don't do that. Look yonder. That's what I'm talking about. I caught a bunch of fish right here. I was beginning to wonder if there's any size. There he is. I'll tell you, they ain't no lull in action, folks. It's one after another. Y'all know how bluegill beds are, but the size, I'm worried about the size. It's hard to fish any bait wrong there's one. When it comes to bluegill and shellcracker, when they're on bed, it's just hard. They're very territorial. Very territorial. They don't want nothing to be in their bed. Now that's going to be a eating size crappie, bluegill right there. We'll put him in the bucket. So we've caught 2 here that's big enough, but that's about it. Caught a bunch of little ones, but we got 2. There should be some fish out here. This used to be a good bluegill and shellcracker spot right here. It's just real shallow right here. And they used to bed right in here real heavy, folks. Now I have a strike indicator right here. Little bitty dude with the same deal, 1/100th of an ounce Nico bait. It's the orange color. And what color would we say that was? This is the first time I've ever used that color, but I like it. UV glow clear orange. I don't know, boy, it looks good in the water. Now look at that. That looks good, but I'm still looking for a bluegill bed. That little strike indicator, I love fishing with it. And the reason why that little dude right there is holding up this Nico bait is because Nico baits are very floaty. I mean very floaty because of rubber. They're rubber, essentially. And it's just a perfect little combination right here. But them fish feel no resistance at all. There he is. Golly. Look how he's stretching that string, folks. Now this one right here looks like he's plenty big enough. He got up in them weeds, but that's part of it. Yeah, that's a good one right there. That's what we're, oh my goodness. That's what we're looking for right there. Good ones. Great good ones. Let's put him in the bucket. Look yonder. My. Let's make her another cast. There's several on this bed. There he is. Golly. That's another bluegill, I believe. These things are something else, folks. If I can get him out, I can't tell y'all how this one's pulling. It's a good one, that's why. Look here. My goodness. That's a man right there. That's what we're looking for. There ain't no shellcracker here on this bed. For some reason, they just ain't. But look at there. How broad that fish is. That's what we're talking about right there. Great old good ones. Look yonder. We're mounting them up now. Now, after a while, these fish, I get to where they won't bite. They get wise to what's going on. Or not wise to what's going on, but they just get skittish. Because once you hook several in the bed, the others gets to where they don't want to bite. They know something's wrong instinctively. Man, there's a lot of fish out here, but they're starting to slack off. When they do that, that's when I usually go find another bed. Let's make a long cast right here. We might catch another one right here before we have to find another bed. Golly, now I see a couple big ones right here. Oh my goodness, one of them's a giant. I hope he hits that. Got him. That's the one I wanted too. This is a good one right here. This one's going in the frying pan if he don't get off. Sue Bob Alexander, known as Sue Bob, will cook him up. Look here. God, quit fighting. Look at there, look at there, look at there. And by the way, the biggest ones are the males. These are the bluegills. These are the males that I'm catching. The females are smaller. And we need to get off of here. Need to back up. It don't take much action. Just the fact that that bait's in their bed is all it takes. They're mad. They're already mad when they see it. There we go. Got him. See how big this one. Oh my goodness. This is what my daddy learnt me on. He put me on a big bluegill and shellcracker bed one time. And that's all it took. One time, folks. Look here, what a big one. That's going in the bucket. No doubt. Goodness gracious. Look at there. Let's see if we can catch one right up here. Oh yeah, one's done got it. Eat it. He did. I seen him eat it. I seen that fish eat it. He ain't big enough though. But that's why I like using, it wouldn't matter what color of a bait that you would use on these beds, but I like to use the bright colors, the visible colors, because I'm watching it at all times. And it tickles me to see it just disappear. Like right now, one's got it. See, it just it disappeared. Yeah, when it disappears like that, you know you can just go ahead and get a hook into that fish. But that's a good one right there, but we're gonna let him go because we got some a lot bigger than that. I want y'all to look what a big old turtle right here. Y'all see? Golly, that's a good one. There's a big old gar. There's a bass right over there, a little one. All right, folks, that's going to be the end of it. That's how I go about it. I just dunk that trolling motor down, troll, and I look for them with these right here. Simple way to go about it. A lot of people calls it old-fashioned, but it's not. These eyes were made for looking. I'm going to tell you, this was a lot of fun and a blessing. Tackle like this, hey, is fun, fun, fun. And I fish with this. No telling how many I caught on that Nico. I could go fishing with it tomorrow and catch the same amount. I could go in the next day and the next day. As long as I didn't lose the bait, that's the kind of baits I love. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all do is appreciated. Y'all are the best that's ever been. Whoa. Oh, the adrenaline didn't hit me until right now. Sometimes it does early, sometimes it does late. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it.
And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.